This is HaleyJean's annual book haul day. Welcome. So it's been about a month since I posted my last book haul, and I've accumulated 7 books. 7 books in the past 4 weeks that I'm going to share with you today. Not as many as like my typical book haul, but I have been cutting back a little bit, just like not buying as many books girls are banished for their 16th year to release their magic into the wild so they can return purified and ready for marriage. But not all of them will make it home alive. Tierney James dreams of a better life, but as her own grace year draws near, she quickly realizes there's more to fear about the grace year than the brittle elements and the poachers in the woods. Their greatest threat may very well be each other. With sharp prose Sina, we'll just call her Serenity, artist Serenity, creates a to-do list that will help her get over him once and for all. The first item on the list, losing her V-card to Archer Harrison, her older brother's billionaire best friend, and her boss. He's the perfect choice. Girl, is he the perfect choice? He's your boss, babe. I don't know. Serenity's a little delulu, but we love. Their deal was supposed to be simple. Serenity will paint Archer anything he wants in return for a secret, no-strings-attached relationship, except each kiss leaves them both wanting more. Okay, so you got a little bit of like a forbidden fake dating arrangement going on. I've never read any of Katharina Mara's works, so I am definitely excited to pick it up and give it a shot. So, thank you, Bloom, for sending this. It has the tropes on this little card. Boss employee, forbidden romance, best friend's brother, billionaire, spice lessons, age gap, and happily ever after. And they also sent me this gorgeous art print, which is really, really cute. Now the last two books that I have to share with you are from subscription boxes. So I think I'm subscribed to like 3 book subscriptions. The first one you might have seen in my wrap-up because it is my current read. But my September probably smut book club was this gorgeous special edition of Lights Out by Nafessa Allen. And can we just give it up, 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 give it up for this cover. Like, wow, it is iconic. I need more covers in this style. I love it. I love it, I love it. But this is a dark stalker romance with like a little bit of comedy. I am about halfway through this. I'm on page 212, and it is reminding me a lot of like the writing style of like Butcher and Blackbird. So it's like a dark rom-com about this girl, Allie, who is a trauma nurse. She works really long hours. She's kind of just like having a lot of stress at her job when she's scrolling on TikTok one night and she comes across some of the faceless, like masked thirst traps. Like, if you know, you know. Okay, so she sees this guy who's like a hot tattooed and he's making these videos of him like in this mask. And she's just like, damn, this guy is so hot, whatever. Goes on about her day. She becomes like a fan of him. She's like commenting on his videos, whatever. Come to find out, that man in those videos is named Josh, and he's actually her previous hookup's roommate. So they've met before, and he's been stalking her. And he decides to break into her house and kind of make her fantasies a reality. So it is very unserious, very silly, but it's pretty funny. And I've been reading it with my Patreon book club. It's our October book club pick. So if you want to see my full thoughts and come read it with us, join the Patreon, join the book club tier. But regardless, I am so happy to have this gorgeous, beautiful special edition. And the last book that I have to share with you today is I think it was September Illumigrate Afterlight book. So Afterlight is their romance subscription, and they do gorgeous hardcover special editions every month. And for September, I got a copy of the Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. This I'm not, as I said, really in the mood for like contemporary romance at the minute. But I think this could be a really, really fun book come like the springtime. Those are the books